Sammy Hagar's lyric about 50 years from now, the era he was singing from, 1970s to 1980s, the year 2025, and the prophecy-like meaning of the Great Divide, all woven into one continuous awakening message that opens people's eyes. When Sammy Hagar sang about 50 years from now, he wasn't just speaking poetically. From an esoteric perspective, he tapped into a collective timeline shift that mystics, remote viewers, and ancient traditions all predicted. A moment where humanity would split into two realities, two timelines, two levels of consciousness. This split is called the Great Divide. In the song, the bifurcation of worlds and esotericism, the ascension split in spiritual circles, the Schumann spike, awakening in energy studies, the gateway transition in CIA consciousness research, the age of Aquarius threshold in astrology. Now learn how it lines up perfectly, the timeline calculation. If Sammy sang this idea in the mid-late 1970s or early 1980s, add 50 years. 1975 plus 50 equals 2025. 1980 plus 50 equals 2030. Meaning, we are exactly in the zone he pointed toward. This is not coincidence. It is synchronicity. Artists often channel messages they don't understand consciously. Prophetic music is real. What is the Great Divide in 2025? It is the separation of humanity by consciousness, not by race or class. On one side, people who stay in fear survival mode, consumer mentality, ego identity, old systems, anger, division, chaos. On the other side, people who awaken into higher intuition, inner truth, spiritual independence, compassion, awareness of their purpose, alignment with universal laws. This is the divide, not between people, but between states of consciousness. Why 2025 is the turning point. So many things converge in this period. The age of Aquarius fully activates spreading truth, rebellion, awakening, and breaking illusions. The world's systems begin collapsing. Old structures cannot survive rising consciousness. The mental health crisis is actually a spiritual awakening. What looks like anxiety is frequency overload. The soul waking up. The veil between worlds thins. People report more synchronicities, psychic dreams, intuition spikes. The CIA gateway material becomes mainstream. Humanity becomes aware of how consciousness interacts with reality. Young generations refuse the old programming. They are the bridge across the divide. Everything points to one thing. 2025 to 2030 is the global consciousness reboot. Exactly 50 years from when the song hinted at it. So what did Sammy Hagar really feel? He sensed the tremor in the timeline, the coming shift, the breaking of the old world, the rising of a new understanding, the conflict between the old self and the awakened self, the separation of frequency between people. That is why the song sounds painful and prophetic. It's the soul describing what humanity would face: confusion, conflict, emotional breaking identities, collapsing relationships, ending systems, falling apart, inner evolution happening anyway. When Sammy said 50 years from now, there'll be a great divide, he wasn't speaking politically. He was speaking energetically. The divide between the old human and the emerging human. The one who is stuck in survival and the one who has begun to awaken. 2025 marks the beginning of that visible separation. Here is the clean, final understanding you can say to anyone. Sammy Hagar was singing about the era after 50 years, our era, when humanity would reach the Great Divide. Not a divide of nations, but a divide of consciousness. One side choosing fear, chaos, and the old ways. The other choosing awareness, intuition, and awakening. 2025 is exactly the threshold he was pointing to. The world we're seeing now, the confusion, the shifts, the awakening symptoms, is proof that the divide has begun. The old world is dying and the new one is rising. And every soul must choose which side of the divide it will evolve into.